Well, guys, it looks like we're a little bit in a dilemma right now when it comes to the government shutting down, possibly shutting down, all this stuff. It looked like we barely squeaked past an agreement to where we didn't have to shut down the government, which is good, I guess. But there's reasons why that Republicans, especially, were trying to not allow another spending bill to happen, which is why the shutdown was being warned about, because they really don't want, nobody really wants, when it comes to the American public, nobody really wants this money going to Ukraine. We got to pay our own bills. We got to pay our own infrastructure. We have our own problems that we need our money, our taxpayer money, going to, instead of dropping $130 billion over in Ukraine. That's just my opinion personally. But that is why that this shutdown was looking very, very likely. But what happened was we ended up just putting a stopgap bill in there to just give funding for the next 45 days. And then maybe we can agree on all the other stuff. But they're trying to push so much extra spending in here. Like, they want billions more going to Ukraine, guys. Billions. Like, I don't want Russia to overtake Ukraine. I'm not a Russia fan, but we can't afford to do this. Like, this is not our war to be fighting. And this is a war with the United States and Russia. Let's not get it twisted, guys. All right. But welcome to Getting to the Facts, man. I'm sorry we didn't do an episode the other day. I just got busy with life and everything. Just wasn't able to get it done. But we're back on it today. So make sure we smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we're going to get right into it, guys. Let's see here. Now, this is from NBC News, the latest on a government shutdown. Today was the last day for Congress to fund the government. A shutdown was set to begin at 12:01 a.m. if Congress did not finish its work in time. A last-minute agreement passed the House and Senate with overwhelming bipartisan majorities, sending a bill to keep government funded through November 17th to the president's desk. The bill, pushed by House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, a Republican from California, includes disaster relief funds, but does not include new aid for Ukraine. Good. Thank God. McCarthy brought up the new bill after House Republicans failed to pass their short-term spending bill Thursday in an embarrassing defeat. President Joe Biden signed the bill into law late Saturday night. And we go right over here because the reason why, guys, this matters is all we're doing. They're wanting to keep raising the debt ceiling. Okay, when they say we need to get another spending bill together, they're making an agreement to up our debt in the United States, which I know we have to pay our bills. We have to pay our bills. I get that. But that's why I'm so sick and tired of the government on both sides of the aisle just wanting to waste our taxpayer money. Like, all we're doing when the government keeps printing hundreds of billions of dollars, all that does is devalue our money 10 to 15 years from now. Okay? Our kids' money, like our money when we're old, like all that stuff. This is what it's going to affect. It's going to affect our retirement, because our money's not going to be able to go as far. It's going to be devalued by an extreme amount. I mean, guys, the amount of spending that we've done since COVID is absolutely asinine. And we got a little graph here that I want to show you guys too on it that just shows how nuts it is. Just absolutely how nuts it is, guys. So, but first, what we got here is now because Kevin McCarthy tried going behind the back of his fellow Republicans and tried to negotiate a deal before the stopgap thing was done to try to get that spending bill pushed through. And he was trying to get on the side, get the Democrats to agree as well. And he was trying to be okay with getting Ukraine more funding. And there's a big majority in the Republican Party that is not wanting any more funding going to Ukraine. We've sent over $130 billion to Ukraine, guys. Like, what other country in NATO is doing anything close to that? There's not one. There's not one. I think the UK has sent maybe a couple billion. Maybe. We've sent over 135 billion. Absolutely nuts. So now they're wanting to kick Kevin McCarthy out as Speaker of the House, which I completely agree with. The dude's not trying to be a speaker for the Republican Party, which that's what you're supposed to do when you're Speaker of the House and the Republicans have that speaker. There should be a slight lean towards the Republican side on just about every single bill that they try pushing through. But for him to try to get that stuff done behind closed doors really speaks volumes. So I really understand why they're trying to get this guy taken out. And we got this here for Washington Post. Democrats say they won't step in to save McCarthy from effort to oust him. House Democrats will not vote to save House Speaker Kevin McCarthy from being ousted by a faction of hard right Republicans, which, guys, I'm so sick of this hard right thing. This is not a hard right Republicans. Matt Gaetz is not a hard right Republican. He's America First guy. That's all it is. It's just, if you are not left leaning right now in politics and the political sphere, then you're just a Republican. You're just a far right extremist. And I just don't understand that. Like, them labeling everybody who's not like way on the left side of things. If they start labeling everybody as just a far right person, they're going to completely isolate the moderates and the independents, and they're going to make them vote Republican, because you're basically telling everybody that they're Republican anyway. So it's just, I mean, guys, it's just nuts. But after last-ditch efforts to court Democrat support, House Republicans are now preparing for the likelihood that McCarthy will be removed, according to several lawmakers familiar with the dynamics who spoke on the condition of anonymity to detail sensitive and ongoing conversation. A majority of Republicans have vowed to renominate McCarthy to the position and not allow the House to adjourn until he retakes the speakership, according to the lawmakers. Many point out that there is a united front with the GOP conference to prevent anyone else from winning the speakership but McCarthy. Though they realize that if anti-McCarthy Republicans never flip, they will have to rely on Democrats to determine the speaker. And honestly, guys, when it comes to this, I really think that this is needed. Okay, you have to make Kevin McCarthy sweat a little bit. Like, if they vote him to get out of the speakership, they're gonna revote who's gonna be on the speakership, and they gotta revote for McCarthy. They gotta revote then. If you really trust what he's doing and want to do whatever he's trying to get done, hey, revote for him. But you have to hold his feet to the fire. That's the only way that he's going to stay true to his commitments, which there was a bunch of commitments that he committed to the Republican Party to get their votes to become Speaker of the House. And he's not living up to that at all. So, I completely understand why they're doing this. And guys, again, when it comes to the spending bill, like there's a big reason why we almost had a shutdown, because that spending bill is just going to raise the debt again. It's going to keep raising the debt. And it's just, we're mortgaging our future. And we're $31 trillion in debt now, guys. 31 trillion. Since 2013, we have almost doubled our national debt in a decade. And the majority of that was from COVID, which I'm going to show you this this graph here that kind of illustrates that. And this is from fiscaldata.treasury.gov. So this is a .gov website, and this is the interest and total debt from 2013 to 2022. And as you can see here, guys, $16.74 trillion in debt in 2013. Okay. This is the beginning. This was 1 year into Obama's second term. Okay. And the debt just kept growing. Not bad, though. Not bad. 17, 18 by 2015, 2016, we're up to 19.57. So by the time Obama's thing is done, we're 19.57 trillion in debt. I wish this graph went back to like 2008 when he got elected, just to see how much he added. But I believe he added about 8 to 10 trillion in debt from that time frame. But if it wasn't for COVID, we would not have printed. We printed money at a rate that has never been seen before in the United States history. Okay, that's how crazy this is. And this right here, back in 2019, we were at $22.72 trillion in debt. By 2020, when the pandemic hit, boom, in 1 year, we added $4 trillion to the national debt. And then by 2021, 26.95 to 28.43, almost add another 2 trillion. And then up to 2022, now we're up to 30. It's just like once we let the money printer go burr, it's like they just never learned how to shut it off. And that's a problem. And it's on both sides of the aisle. This isn't a Democrat or Republican thing. It's establishment politicians that have no care that the money that they are spending and the money that they keep printing is devaluing the average person's taxpayer money. And we need to be aware of this, guys, because this is why things keep getting so expensive. Like, these are the things why. I mean, we are always going to have inflation. And when we print money at a rate from 2019 to 2022 was $8 trillion in debt, $8 trillion in 3 years. That's that's not sustainable. And there's no reason why we should be surprised why everything is so expensive, why the average person, on an article that I read the other day, where the average American's bills have gone up over $700 a month. I mean, guys, it's just nuts to me. It's absolutely nuts. And we just cannot be okay with this. And again, I know we don't talk a lot about the solutions because I feel like we need to wake people up to the reality of what the hell is going on first. And then it's not like I have every solution anyway. I don't have a solution. I mean, I have ideas on how we can help this, but the best idea that I have is waking up the average person to being aware of this and voting locally. Vote for your Congress people. Vote for your senators that actually will do something, and vote the way of the people and not for just these lobbying groups and these $1 million corporations, multi-billion dollar corporations. I mean, that's really where I stand when it comes to this, guys. And we just got to be aware of this, because I mean, yeah, is a government shutdown a good thing? Hell no. No, a government shutdown is not good. Okay. But what else isn't good is accruing a national debt that is so large that you can't maintain it no more. You just can't maintain it at all anymore. And that's a problem. Okay. So we just got to be aware, guys. But I hope you guys like the content today. It's going to be a little short episode compared to what we normally do. But hey, we got straight to the facts, straight to the point. And look, we just got to come together and vote accordingly to get people in here that are going to manage this debt crisis that we're really in, and manage it and bring it back to a reasonable limit. You know what I mean? I mean, we're not going to get rid of this 30 trillion, but we can at least stop how quick we're accruing this debt, because we're accruing it at a rate that we have never seen before. I mean, and a lot of it was because of COVID, don't get me wrong, but now the continuous spend, now they found something else. Oh, now it's Ukraine. Now it's this. Like, I just don't like it, guys. And like I keep saying about my politicians, stay the hell out of my money and stay the hell out of my personal freedom. That's all I care about my politicians. And they're not doing either of those things. They're going after our personal freedoms. They're going after our financial buying power. They're going after it. And the more the government can put a stranglehold on us financially and with our personal liberties and personal freedoms, we are not going to be free in this country for very long. And we're getting to the end point of that. So we just got to wake up, guys. All right. But I hope you guys have a blessed day. Have a great beginning to the week, because it's only Tuesday. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. And I'll see you on that next video.
Yeah.